It was the month before an elementary school graduation ceremony. I was out at the mall to buy clothes for my daughter's graduation ceremony. Oh, shopping with your mother? No, this person is a housekeeper. My daughter suddenly calls me a housekeeper. Of course, my daughter and I were very furious. From that day on, we didn't speak. While the awkward days continue, one day my reliable husband is away on an overseas business trip. Mom, actually. A shocking fact told by her daughter, who had become uneasy. I immediately called the police. I'm Posey, a 40-year-old home-based worker this year. I live with my husband Hector, who is 3 years younger than me, who I married through a workplace romance, and my daughter, Haven, who will be in the 6th grade of elementary school. Since my family is a transfer, it is an annual event to move about once every 2 or 3 years. I used to work for the same company as my husband, and after leaving the company, I have been working from home and doing data entry work. Due to frequent job transfers, I don't get to know my mom friends or neighbors, and I don't see my work colleagues face to face. However, if I'm able to work from home properly, I can do housework at my own convenience, and I will not have the stress of commuting rush. I don't mind spending time alone, so my current lifestyle was very convenient. But that's not the case for my daughter. When she finally gets used to school and makes good friends, we move out. I feel sorry for her, making her feel a little pitiful. Haven, I'm sorry, but we'll have to move again after graduation. Well, it's January, so there's only 2 months left. Hey dear, can't you wait at least another 6 months? I can't help it. I'm sorry for the two of you, but that's the way it is. I actually felt sorry for Haven and negotiated with him to wait at least until graduation when he told me that I would be transferred in February. That's the best the company can wait. Pearson, thank you for the feast. Oh, Haven, you haven't even eaten half of your dinner yet. You have ballet class tomorrow, don't you? You're too thin, so you need to eat well. I'm already full. Oh. Hearing about the move, my daughter stands up. We transferred to her current school a year ago, and she was finally getting used to the area. If the frequency of transfers is the same as usual, I should still be living here for a year. I said that junior high school, which is stricter in many ways than elementary school, is not scary if she is with her friends, and it was the other day after she finished a junior high school tour. If she had 6 more months, she would have been able to dress up in a new uniform with all her friends and spend a little time in junior high school together. We will make her feel sad. Yes, my dad was also a transferee, so I know how Haven feels. Now that your father is an officer of our company, I hope I don't have to transfer too soon. I want to settle down as soon as possible, but as an adult, I think it was a good experience to be exposed to different places. Thanks to that, my heart has become stronger. I think now that it was a good thing that I was able to live independently, even if only on my own. You're strong enough to survive in the jungle. Hey, I don't feel like I'm being complimented. Someday, I hope that this experience will be a source of inspiration for my daughter. Yes, I wished my daughter happiness. And yet, I decided that my daughter, whom I care about, would say such a shocking thing. It happened when I was out at the mall. It's the month before the elementary school graduation ceremony. My daughter's elementary school is plain clothes, not uniforms, so I have to buy clothes for graduation ceremonies. This frilly dress is cute, but I've never worn a dress before and it's cool. Everyone might be jealous. In the mall, where the graduation season has arrived, there seem to be various styles such as dresses, suits, and dresses, and my daughter is as excited as a dress-up doll. At the very least, I wanted the graduation ceremony to be a good memory, so I let them choose until they were satisfied. She looks like a princess and a servant. She's still my princess, and it's nice to pretend to be a princess once in a while. Maybe it's lonely when I think about moving, but when I see my daughter, who hasn't been energetic lately, looking happy for the first time in a long time, my cheeks relax even though I'm a mother. After 3 hours of deliberation, she finally decided on her favorite one, and all we had to do was get in the car and go home. When I was having such a peaceful time, from the car next to us, a mother and daughter like us came out. Is that Have? Oh, Shiri. Apparently, they were classmates at my daughter's elementary school, and the girls ran up to each other. "Oh, hello, shopping with your mother." The moment a woman who seemed to be the mother of a classmate called out to her from behind, my daughter's face, which had been smiling until now, instantly stiffened. Before I could understand what was going on, she said something ridiculous. "Oh no, this person is not my mother. She is a housekeeper." "What?" "Well, yes, I'm sorry about that. That's it, Sherry. If you don't go shopping early, you won't have to see you soon, Haven." "Ah, yes." If I'm having trouble responding, she sensed something or misunderstood. The mother of one of my daughter's classmates glanced at my face and walked quickly into the mall, as if she didn't want to be involved in a complicated family. It's true that I thought pretending to be a princess in my heart until just a while ago, but I never thought that my daughter would say that to others. "Hey, Haven, why did you tell such an incomprehensible lie? The graduation ceremony is next month. Even the mother is going to attend. You're going to think it's weird." Well, I was embarrassed. Her mother is embarrassed. I'm wearing makeup and good clothes. Because, Mom, you are older than Sherry's mom, and all the moms in my classmates are in their 30s. But you are 40 years old. That's old. Well, how dare you? I can't believe that my precious daughter thought of me like that. I had to drive for the next 20 minutes, but my vision was blurred by the tears that were rising up my eyes. I feel my eyes get hotter. However, it is also true that she has moved repeatedly and has made my daughter unhappy. I'm at an age where I could have been rebellious, but maybe it would have been weird if I hadn't been verbally abused before. Inwardly, get out of the car now. I hate my daughter as much as I want to say it. However, I didn't know how to deal with my daughter, who suddenly became rebellious, so I had no choice but to bite my lip and hold back tears and go home while the car was silent and quiet. Since the incident of my daughter's housekeeper remarks, there has been a tense atmosphere in the house. I cried to my husband and consulted with him. "Oh, Heaven is finally in a rebellious phase, so we're going to have to leave it alone." "What? That doesn't solve anything." "Eventually she's going to go back to the way she was before, and compared to my rebellious phase, the girl's rebellious phase is still cute. It's not like old hag or anything, and you're going to stay at home all the time." "Isn't it strange to say that she is a housekeeper?" He said so while laughing, and instead of solving my irresponsible husband's remarks, he was irritated unnecessarily. "The mother is the sunshine of the home." I thought so, and acted with a smile. "Why don't you support me when I'm having a hard time?" "Well, I'm going on a business trip to the Philippines, so I asked you to take care of the house." My husband, who says the final blow to me, who is getting frustrated. Instead of postponing the transfer, my husband, who was entrusted with this overseas business trip, left it to others. "What's that?" I'm not kidding. Already. I wish someone would comfort me right now. When I stand in the kitchen and clean up after my husband's breakfast, I feel miserable because I really feel like a housekeeper. I can't stand it, and hot tears run down my cheeks. Then I heard the door open, and I felt my daughter come into the living room behind me. Heaven, since then, my daughter hasn't shown up when I'm in the living room. Why did she come at this time when I was crying alone? I hurriedly wipe my tears so that my daughter doesn't find out. "Mom, actually." "What is it, young lady? I'm not a mother. I'm a housekeeper." "I'm sorry to offend you, but that's all I could say." "Oh, well, should I just think it's better that you didn't call me Grandma?" "Mom, I'm sorry." When I turned around at the sound of my daughter's heartbroken voice, she looked at me with a face that looked like she was about to cry. "Miss Rest, huh? What's that? If you're going to be so remorseful, don't hurt your mother in the No, I can't say it well, but my daughter, who seems to be reluctant to speak, informs me of a surprising fact. Dad, it looks like he's having an affair with my ballet teacher." "What?" "My father always comes to pick me up for ballet, doesn't he? He talks with her frequently." "Oh, she was a good teacher, and you seem to be having fun." Mel is kind to everyone, so I didn't think anything of it at first, but my ballet shoes broke during the lesson. Then teacher Mel told me that she would take me to buy a new one. "Does she usually do that?" No, but I liked her, so I was happy to feel special. So I took him to the store, and my father was there. Good evening, Mr. Hector. I'm sorry to bother you. No, it's Hector's daughter, of course. I'm glad she is a kind teacher, Heaven. What? Yes. And at that time, my daughter ran into a classmate. Oh, it's Heaven. Sherry, what are you doing? I'm just coming home from cram school. Oh, is your father and mother? That's righty, thank you for playing with Heaven. What? Hey, oh, my mom came to pick me up. See you soon, Heaven. My daughter's story made my gut boil. If that's the case, then my daughter's behavior the other day makes sense. But if that had happened, I wish you had consulted me sooner. I wanted to talk to you, but What? What's wrong with suddenly crying? Teacher Mel effed to you. Suddenly bursting into tears, she flipped up her shirt. That's... My precious daughter had several large bruises on her stomach as if she had been beaten by someone. After the lesson, she called me and beat me, and she threatened me if I told someone, knew what was going to happen. That's why I don't, to tell anyone. I'm sorry for shutting up, Mom. Heaven. My daughter cries and apologizes to me. Even though it was my daughter who really had a hard time, I couldn't stop crying for her healthy daughter who cared for me. I pulled her to my chest and hugged her tightly. I'm sorry I didn't notice it. I'm really sorry. The head of her was small and fragile. There's no way he's going to do such a terrible thing when she's still such a kid. Of course, I can't leave the people who made my daughter suffer so badly. I immediately called the police, submitted a damage report on the same day. However, as my daughter said, she seemed to be good at getting around on the outside, and I couldn't find any solid evidence. It's hard to say, but it's a child's nonsense because that's how children of this age want to get their parents' attention. Sometimes it does. This kind of thing. Maybe aren't you leaving your children alone? What are you talking about? Girl, how are you? Is your mother doing something strange? It hasn't? I understood. It's good to have proof. What? Is there one? Not right now, but there's a way. My daughter, who said so with dignity, had a strong determination in her eyes. Why did you call me? Your father is coming home today. Not ready yet. I'm looking forward to souvenirs. I'm told to buy a brand bag at a duty-free shop. He's an easy target. You're ruining people's families. But did you think of my father like that? Your father and I are almost 20 years apart in age, right? I don't really like him. But when I hit your mother, he had a deer face, didn't you? It was really disgusting, hey ha? Asked for netter, sucks. Your biological mother is 40 years old, isn't she? She can't beat me who is young and beautiful. Well, I'm going to break it up. I won't forgive you for making fun of my precious mother. What do you think you can do, kid, or do you still don't know? If you lick an adult, it hurts. I'm going to punch you and make you understand. Don't move. At 6:32 p.m., the current criminal was arrested. What? Hey. What was put in the hands of a woman was a handcuff that unmistakably restrained the criminal. It was the moment when the crime of assault was proven by the daughter's courageous act. MLC, I didn't know you were like that. Hector, why are you here? I'm going to uncover your real face. Everything went well according to my daughter's plan. I asked the police to take care of my daughter, picked up my husband from an overseas business trip, and went straight from the airport to my daughter's ballet class. The best way to make people understand the true nature of a good guy on the outside who is good at deceiving people is to show them. What's the matter? Remember what you have done? I don't know what to remember, but I'm moving next month. So by the time you get out of prison, I'll not be here. What? As I said, she was sentenced to 2 years in prison for assault and a fine of $3,000 for deceiving my husband. My husband, who was deceived by the woman and left behind, he said, "Forgive me. You have no right to say such a thing when you hurt your child. Oh, it's about moving. But when I told your company about this, it seems that you were transferred to work in a factory in the countryside. Ha ha ha. Well, I think it's hard to do physical work at this age, but Lynn is still in compulsory education and do you best to earn child support and alimony. Such a thing. Actually, they were going to fire the company, but you had to pay child support and alimony properly. I'll keep a close eye on you in Tokyo to make sure you don't run away. Originally, I was in HR for my husband's company. If I divorce my husband, I will no longer have to work from home, so when I told my father, who is an executive of my husband's company, about this time, my senior colleague who was indebted to me is now retiring in March, so I was allowed to sit in the vacant post. I felt that there was a causal reward. I filed for divorce safely, and my ex-husband was sent to the countryside early, and the angry days passed. Then, on the day of the graduation ceremony, we arrived. The sunny appearance of a splendid daughter that I see for the first time. Ours hasn't so big. Hey. She protected a family with her body. I can't believe that she has grown so much before I know it, and my heart is filled with the magnificent growth of a child. When I was taking a commemorative photo in front of the graduation sign, I was approached by two familiar faces. Oh, Haven and Haven's mom. Hun, did they say mom? It sounds like you had a tough time the other day. Ballet teacher arrested for assault and adultery. This case, which was also published in the local magazine, seemed to be a rumor in this small town. I've been busy with work and moving. Oh, and I made my daughter have a hard time again. When she came to visit us, she told us that she was sorry for lying, even though she didn't do anything wrong. She explained the details of the matter, and it was really like an adult. She's a very solid girl. Yes, her. Thank you very much. Even take care of yourself in Tokyo. You too. If you come to Tokyo, please come and visit us. Wow, I'm definitely going to see you. Yes. Without realizing it, my daughter is becoming an adult. I was reassured by the sight of my daughter, who looked a little bigger than she had been during this time. I am very proud of my daughter, who has grown up straight and strong, even though she has had a hard time. There may be a lot of unexpected and difficult things in your life in the future. Even so, I will not give up and will overcome it with courage and dignity.